is Artifacts. Get the kids out of the room. You're not going to want them to hear what I have to say. I'm pretty hot. Get them out of the room, and then we'll discuss this. Alright, this is Artifacts. I'm playing some Nazi music because of what happened. I think it's completely uncalled for. This poor woman being murdered right out on the street. Now, she was kind of a nutcase, and I understand that she was on the usual antipsychotics, which causes psychotic behavior. And I was mad enough when I heard the Capitol Police or whoever it was that shot her dead, because they shot her at point blank range. Well, unfortunately, that's not in the story, because not only did they shoot her at point blank range, but Representative Steny Hoyer, Democrat out of Maryland, applauded the Capitol Police or whoever it was who murdered her. And I am really mad about that. See, here we have a loony bin, basically, of a few hundred psychopaths, known as the U.S. Congress. And every one of these sick, twisted, deranged motherfuckers applauded the killing of this woman. What the fuck? Are they out of their minds? Apparently so. And Mr. Steny Hoyer, like I said, Democrat, Maryland, led the charge on that. And these cops who murdered this woman get a standing ovation. I couldn't believe what I heard. I wasn't going to do a video on this, but man, I'm disgusted. This is why I'm playing the Nazi music you hear in the background. This is what we're becoming. Nazi or communist, take your pick. I mean, this is beyond belief. What the hell has gone wrong with our country? Now, they had the option of stopping a car with spikes or whatever. They have all sorts of toys that can stop a speeding vehicle like that. There's no excuse for this. I'm going to repeat what I've said before, what needs to happen with the Congress. Every one of these motherfuckers, every single one of them that has D after name, R after name, whatever, has to go. I actually had an epiphany on that. And that epiphany was that we could institute term limits of a different type than you might have heard before. I would put term limits on in the form of removing all their security. See, I'm really not concerned with their fucking well-being. There should have been term limits on these motherfuckers a long time ago. It's true. The way you put term limits on them is remove all the security. And that would serve as term limits, because they would either be term limited out by you know what, or they would be term limited out because they're too scared to stay in the Congress. I mean, it will work for me. The president's already got term limits. I'm sure that Obama, by the way, is plotting to stay in. There's no doubt in my mind about that. You know, this country is turning into a third world dictatorship. That's basically what we have here. It's a lot like Nazi Germany was after World War I, Rhineland and all that, and the currency became worthless, and the Nazis took over, and they turned the country into this unbelievable juggernaut. I don't know what the hell's wrong. These cops have to be punished as far as I'm concerned. They can't just shoot people for like this. And it's got to be stopped. I looked at the cops in the uniforms, the female police chief, and I go, what the hell? This is a woman that doesn't have any feelings. She doesn't have any conscience. The same goes for her male counterpart. Our cops have become just killing machines. At least some of them have. Not all of them. I mean, your average cops in, you know, your local small towns, they're not killers. But my God, in the district of criminals, apparently they are. We've got to do something about this, folks. I said, you know, if we can't term limit these motherfuckers out, there's another way to do this. And I've told you how to do it before. The people have to get together and have their own candidate. One that doesn't have a D or an R or anything else after the name. Just a nonpartisan, non-working, non-Democrat, non-Republican, because they're both basically the same thing. They're two-faced. And they've just all got to go. Every single one of them. So we get together, we enlist people who don't have any party affiliation. We form our own media, and we try to get everybody not to vote for Democrat or Republican or any of these, you know, any of these scumbags. Don't give them donations. Don't help them in any way. They all have to go. Every single one of them. They're shooting people right out on the fucking streets, people. This is why I'm playing the Nazi music. They're acting like fucking Nazis, for crying out loud. Shooting people right out on the street. And this bunch of fucking sociopaths in the Congress sit there and applaud it. Jesus Christ, they all ought to be thrown out of the fucking Congress, and they all ought to be put in fucking jail as far as I'm concerned. I don't know how much more people can take on this. Unbelievable. Okay, let's start packs again. This segment's being shot at different times. If you notice a difference in the lighting, it's because this one was shot during the day and the other was at night. Years ago, I worked with somebody who was aspiring to be a cop, and he kept bringing up the issue of something called civilian review boards. He didn't like the idea. Civilian review boards would review the actions of police and provide oversight for police departments, something which they lack now. And basically, I would assume they would have disciplinary power. I wouldn't know. I like the idea. He didn't. I like the idea now. I didn't care about it then. I think we do need civilian oversight boards to inspect the activities of the police, and for that matter, the politicians. Why not? They're always riding on us, looking over our shoulders. I'm all for civilian review boards to review the actions of these, I don't want to say it, these police. I'm gonna be polite. I'm sick and tired of this motherfucking shit. They're just shooting people for no fucking reason. They had some reason here, but not enough to shoot the person. They could have stopped the car and hauled her out of the car. I think she was confused and she was kind of a nutcase. This is beyond belief. I'm sorry. So yeah, I do think we need civilian oversight. Civilian review boards would essentially look over the police shoulders and make sure they're not doing bad things, which in this case they did. And let's not stop there, like I said. Let's have civilian review boards for every congressman, every senator, every representative and president. Review their actions. Independent citizens who will go through their actions and make sure they're doing things in an honest and honorable and ethical manner at all times. Now, you may not think this is necessary, but we all know there's corruption. Years ago, when I was working with the individual I just mentioned, I was sitting in the John on break, and there was a black suspect in the security office of the mall, in the Marketplace Mall. And all of a sudden I hear this loud wham against the wall. I go, what the hell? Well, it turns out what the story I had heard is he had smarted off the cop, and the cop had taken his nightstick and whacked him on the head. And of course the mall administration never did anything about it. They didn't turn him in and turn the cop in and have him arrested and busted. That one is hearsay. But I have another story which is not hearsay because I was there. One night I was riding home. I had a little motor scooter I was using at the time. I'm not going to do that again. At any rate, the forecasts around here are notoriously bad. So I didn't believe them that it was going to rain. It rained. So I'm riding home, and that bike didn't like the rain. It would lose power. So I was running on about half power on the way home, but it was still running. And the stupid cop pulls me over. He starts asking me 20 fucking questions about why am I riding in the fucking rain and all this. It's like, mind your own fucking business, you fucking dirtbag. But here's the thing. There was another cop who was right with him who was threatening. This is Monroe County, New York, sheriff's deputies. He was threatening me. He didn't say anything verbally, but he was standing there with his flashlight in his hand, pounding it into his hand like, you don't cooperate, I'm going to whack you. That's a threat in my book. See, this is why these people need constant oversight. When they do something like that, somebody on the road, they should be taken under oversight. They should be, I don't know, given a review and said, you didn't do this right, you didn't do that right, we're busting you down. It's disgusting. Give you another case. This is also years ago. I may have to put things on hold for this. Hang on. I got something to show you if I can find it. Okay, the camera probably won't pick this up very well. And this is a historical document. It's a sign that I made. Hillary came to the area. She went to visit a place called Canandaigua. and it's a local Indian thing. It's like a mini reservation or something. I'm really not sure. This is a sign I made to picket Hillary coming here. Impeach Clinton. Animals do not have rights. Today's quiz: what is the difference between Bill Clinton and Saddam Hussein? The answer is a corrupt Congress and an armed citizenry. Official member, vast right-wing conspiracy, abortion is murder. A list of different tyrannical gun grabbers there. Bill and Hillary, Patsy Schroeder, Louise Slaughter, Sheldon Silver, David Kuhn, Bill Johnson, Janet Reno, FBI, BATF, Charles Schumer, Ted Kennedy, Sarah Brady, Handgun Control Incorporated, and Mayor of New York City. I don't know who that was. Well, it was Bloomberg or somebody else. Don't forget to impeach Hillary. That's a historical document. Well, the reason I showed you that is I went to picket Hillary, and you wouldn't believe the corruption that I encountered from the goddamn cops. Now, I'm very sorry, but it is a right of an American citizen to picket, protest, and make their views known. I was harassed by the Ontario County Sheriff's Department on that day. It was like an undersheriff. I forget what his name is now. He's probably retired and living comfortably somewhere. But the son of a bitch frisked me. He searched my car. It was all illegal. And then all I was doing was peacefully protesting Hillary's visit. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was out there, it was blazing fucking hot. It was, 95 fucking degrees in the shade. Out there in t-shirt and jeans. I was harassed by the Ontario County Sheriff's Department and by the state police. Just fucking harassed. State police took me around, rode me around in their car. Totally illegal. I told them, they were lying like troopers, and they said lying like truthers, whatever that means. They didn't have that term back then. But it just shows you, the need for civilian oversight to review the actions of the police and then to discipline as necessary. I firmly believe that civilian oversight of the police is necessary, because this is total corruption. The Ontario County Sheriff's Department, they are a very, very corrupt Sheriff's Department, and as I told you, the corruption was within the state police as well. These are corrupt people. I dealt with a number of corrupt people. And if you're one of the people who harass me, I say this to you. You are a disgrace to the uniform, and you should be in prison with no parole. That's my opinion. Shove it if you don't like it. Alright. I'm going to cut to another segment, because I want to discuss the poor baby who has been lost to its mother and is now in police custody. I consider that to be unacceptable, although I don't know if they have any relatives to take the baby now or whatnot. I'm not too happy with that baby being in the custody of authorities, given what has happened. I'm going to put this on hold, and we'll get segment 4 going. And nuts, I didn't actually have to put this on hold, but what's done is done. It's water under the bridge. I'm not too happy with that baby being in the hands of the cops, to be honest with you. Or the social services, whatever. you know, when they see this type of attitude from the authorities, say, just go ahead and shoot anybody who doesn't fall right in line. And then the same motherfuckers have the baby in custody. That's fucked up major. I don't know what we can do about it. Other again, this shows the need for civilian oversight to oversee these government agencies that have to be completely, totally separate of people with honor and integrity to oversee all the activities of the government and all the activities of whoever was holding this kid. If the police have her, I would be scared shitless for the welfare of that baby. There needs to be civilian oversight, at least 10 civilian reviewers for everyone who's in, for every person who is in contact with that baby. Watch their every fucking step. That's the way I see it, and I'm not taking it back. Watch them, watch them, watch them. It's a shame this country has gotten like this, but there doesn't seem to be any way that you can trust the authorities. The media, ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, Communism News Network, they're pathetic. They are to the United States what Pravda used to be to the old Soviet Union. And these are pure communists. They don't have an American, I don't think they have anybody who's really qualified to be an American working for them, other than they're born here. But they hate the Constitution, they hate the Bill of Rights, they hate everything about America. And these are the same motherfuckers who give us the news stories. I guess from what I heard, the major news networks were saying that this was a big shooting and the Muslims were attacking and all this, and it turned out to be total bullshit. Unfortunately, these motherfuckers are protected by the First Amendment, so what can you do? They can, ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, CNN can all put out false news stories if they want, and they can get away with it. Okay, like with the Trayvon Martin thing. I'll get to that. Let's go into that for a minute. Turns out, this had nothing to do with race at all. That's a fact. Apparently, the girlfriend of Trayvon Martin was afraid that George Zimmerman was a homosexual who was going to try to rape Trayvon Martin. So she egged on Trayvon Martin to attack Zimmerman. That was the true story. Now, why do I bring up that? Well, you don't see the people who claim to be on the side of the blacks intervening in this story. They're saying, hey, what the fuck? This is an innocent black woman, she was killed. It's because these motherfuckers are there for power. They don't care about black rights the way that somebody like myself does. And take a look at this. I'm a angry redneck with a Confederate flag on my wall. Take a look at that if you can see it. See that? Ain't coming down. It's a Confederate flag. But these motherfuckers don't care about black rights. If they did, the NAACP, Reverend Jackson, Reverend Sharpton would be all over the fucking DC police department like flies on shit. They're not around. And they have a real case of where the police gunned down an innocent black woman and killed her. like I said, she's a crazy woman. They had to do something to stop her. I'm not faulting from stopping her, but they could have used spikes. But none of these so-called black activists are around when something like this happens. Because there's no single white scapegoat to use. So these motherfuckers are silent. I'm fucking hot. Here I am. I'm a redneck. I say the word nigger occasionally. You got a problem with that? See your psychobabbler. I don't care. But I'm standing up for the rights of a black woman who was killed by police and she never should have been. I'm pissed off about it. That's Artifacts of Mars. I'm a redneck. I have a Confederate flag on my wall, but I'm pissed off at what happened to this black woman. Inexcusable, unconscionable, cold-blooded fucking murder. That's what it is. You got a problem with that? See your psychobabbler. I don't care. Gee whiz. We got a serious problem in this country. Like I said, we're living in a dictatorship. People have got to retake their country, not with guns and bullets. But, to recap, we need to get our own candidates together, bypass media, say, screw you motherfuckers. If the media had their way, Congress will be 100% Democratic. Every time. It doesn't matter. Republicans, there's no difference. So, I'm going to say in conclusion, get our candidates together and let's get them started. No political party affiliation. Just get them together and let's see if we can get all the Republicans and all the Democrats the same basic fucking thing thrown out of office. I'm Artifacts of Mars. I'm disgusted. I'm angry. This is pathetic. Thank you for watching.